is a Muslim according to the Quran.
Okay. Which is the sacred book of Muslims, the Quran.
Yes, the only resource
only.
of Islam.
All right. How does Islam differ from Judaism and Christianity? And as you know, in the United States and in the West in general, there is something called Judeo-Christian traditions. And it does seem that there is a difference between Judeo-Christian and Islamic. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Going to the Quran, Quran asks the people of scripture to believe in the Quran that confirm what is revealed before to the prophets. And Quran also, he asks the people of scripture to apply what is in their scripture that the prophet had before. So in Quran, in Islam, it recognizes the other message come from God before the Quran, and it said that the final message come from God to the human is the Quran. So according to this, the real word of God that come before Quran and in Quran are the same.
The message is the same.
Yeah, to believe in God alone and to submit yourself to God. This is what should be, and you are responsible for this. And to be peaceful in dealing with people. It is the same.
Why was a need then to have three religions rather than one religion if the message
I'm not
is the
talking
same?
about religions. I'm talking about the message come from God, and it is one religion. But through many messages come from God.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good idea. The message is the same, but it came through
One religion. One
several
religion
religions.
through many messages from God, through many prophets and messengers from God, and Muhammad was the final one.
Okay. Now, the public hears about terms like Shia, Sunnah, and so on and so forth, jihadist, and so on and so forth. Now, would you give us an idea about what are the sects, the map of the sects in Islam, like we have in Christianity, Protestant, Catholics, and Episcopalian, and so on?
This reminds me of when the first generation who converted to Islam after the Arab, conquests, or the Arab invade the other
Invasions.
Yes.
Invasions.
And the first generation who accepted or converted to Islam, they were Christians and Jews. So they kept their own ideas, religious ideas, and reproduced them under an Islamic titles. So the problem that Muslims had, and which is still they have until now, it was the same problem before the Quran. What I wanted to say is, it is the same problem of humans. The difference or the gap between what should be and what is going on. The theory and the theory of doing this or not doing this.
And reality.
Yeah, and reality. This is, you find it in many things. You find it in communists, and find it in Marxists, what they showed, what was said there and applying. So it is the same here.
So what you're saying is that there is always in ideologies, religions, and even in a lot of things in life, there is always a gap between the ideal and the reality.
And I give you one example.
Okay.
The Ten Commandments, which is mentioned in Old Testament, yes, and you find it also, in its pure original ideas in Quran, in the chapter 6. The same commandments in the Quran, in Islam, and Muslims ignore them, as a Christian and the Jews ignored them before. So it is the same habit, bad habit of humans.
Okay. If humans are so bad and there is always a gap between reality and ideal, what are the main sects of Islam, and what are the basic differences among them?
I remind you, the main sects of Muslims.
Okay.
We are talking about Muslims.
I correct myself.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Muslims, main sects are three: Sunni, Shia, and Sufi. The big mistake also here to look at the Muslim as a one package. They are not. They are three main sects: Sunni, Shia, and Sufism. And every sect inside it, you find many schools and many cults and many differences.
Subsects.
Yes.
Many subsects.
Yes.
Okay. What are the differences between Shia and Sunni? Because they are, people here hear about Iraq. They have Shia and they have Sunni, and there is always controversial whatever among these sects. So what are the main differences between Shia and Sunni?
The main difference is to look at the companion of the Prophet Muhammad. You know, Muhammad has his own companion who ruled, who established the Arabic Muslim empire after him.
The companions.
The companions.
Many of them.
Yes.
Okay.
So in Sunni people, they respect and sometimes they idolize the four caliphate after the Prophet Muhammad: Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali.
Okay, these are the four persons who came after the Prophet as rulers.
Yes.
Of the burgeoning Muslim state.
Yes.
Because the Muslim state was established before the death of the founder, which is Prophet Muhammad. And the four that you talked about, they came after him as rulers.
I wanted to make some correction here.
Okay.
There is a difference between the state that established by the Prophet Muhammad, which reflected the pure Islamic state, and it has, and we can talk after that, it has direct democracy and human rights before the human knows this culture in our time. This is what Muhammad had established in his time. It was destroyed by his companion after his death, and they established their own empire according to the Middle Age culture of religious state and dictatorship and all that stuff. So now we are talking about the four caliphate, or the four empires. Caliphs, yes. And here, the difference between Shia and Sunni comes from this point. Because Sunni idolize Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali, and make them in order. The first is Abu Bakr, the second is Umar, the third is Uthman, the fourth is Ali.
Okay.
Shia, no. Shia idolize Ali, make him...
That's the fourth one.
Yes, the fourth one.
Okay.
They make Ali God.